Oh my god. 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 It actually came. Season 4 is finally here. And man, oh man, am I excited. Here I am, Phantom Rose, 15, showing up and doing my video like I said I was going to of the Season 4 premiere, Princess Twilight Sparkle. Now, of course, if you have not seen the first 2 episodes of Season 4, I recommend you slowly and calmly pause the video and go find something else. Because if you haven't, then this is going to be one hell of a spoiler for you. Because I am going to talk about all the great things that happened in this episode. And man, is it going to spoil everyone's mood if they haven't seen it yet. Okay, so I guess that's enough fan pandering of my face. I need to go ahead and get started on this. Okay, here I go. Alright, so we start off the awesomeness that is this episode with Rainbow Dash trying to teach Twilight how to fly. Yes! Everyone wants to see this. Everyone wanted Twilight to not be able to fly. And this is actually a main focus of the episode, is how Twilight's wings don't work for her very well. So then we start off with seeing Rainbow Dash try and teach Twilight how to fly, which is what so many people wanted to see. It's so great. I mean, it's like the most subtle fan pandering ever, unlike EQG, which has all the fan pandering ever. But this is so subtle. They take ideas that fans want in these 2 episodes, and they just add to it, and it's so good. They do such a good job with it. I love it. Hooray. Oh my god, I love these episodes so much. Okay. So after Twilight epically crashes into the ground, we find out that it is the day before the Summer Sun celebration. What? Does that mean that this actually has a timeline, considering the last 3 seasons? Has it been an entire year since the Season 1 opener? I guess either that, or it's been 2 years, which seems a little less likely. So I'm going to say that Season 4 starts off 1 year after the Season 1 opener, which makes a lot more sense when you think about it. And we cut to the fact that her friends from Ponyville have to go back to Ponyville. The remaining 5 have to go back to Ponyville because the mayor has decided to choose them to help host a special after party for the Summer Sun celebration, even though it's not being held in Ponyville, but in Canterlot. But Twilight has to stay behind, so because being a princess means she has to be there and attending and doing royal duties and stuff. Of course, Twilight is exceedingly bummed because she's not going to have her friends with her. And this is the first time, practically the first time, since she became friends with them that she hasn't had them there for important events. Well, I mean, besides when they went all crazy during the Discord episodes. Discord. I'll get to him later. So, as Twilight's friends leave, she goes back to her guest room, and her and Spike of course, are using a checklist. Big surprise. It's not like Twilight ever used a checklist before. Twilight starts to freak out about how, after Spike suggests that they should go and visit Ponyville, which I love this part. It's like a little minor part that when Twilight starts to freak out, she uncontrollably starts flying upwards and upwards and upwards until she hits the ceiling, which honestly is making her freak out scene seem a lot better. They need to do this at least one more time in this season. Okay. So Celestia comes in and, like I've always wanted to see, starts talking about how this Summer Sun celebration is going to be the best one they've ever had because she finally has Luna back. She says that, of course, the Summer Sun celebration used to represent how she had defeated Nightmare Moon, but now it'll be how it represents that Princess Luna is back. And after 1,000 years of Princess Luna being banished to the moon, Celestia can't help but feel joy knowing that her sister is back by her side. And God, I love Celestia's relationship with Luna in this episode. It is fleshed out in the perfect way. I mean, if anyone has ever heard Lullaby for a Princess, I can't remember who it's by, but it is an absolute great song which details Celestia and how she felt and what happens when she had to banish Luna to the moon, which makes a whole lot of sense. And the song really talks about how Celestia was so incredibly sad and felt so incredibly guilty about what she had to do to Luna. Oh man, I mean, you could feel all the emotions. The song goes up and down and up and down and really hits all the feels inside of your heart when you listen to it. And just the way that they execute Celestia's relationship with Luna and how she feels about what happened in this 2 episodes is perfect. It makes so much sense and it actually really ties in with that song to me. It seems like the people who were writing the show heard that song and thought, hey, you know what? We should give Celestia a bit of a tortured past on the subject of Luna. But she must be so ecstatic to have her back, which is something I've really always wanted to see. And I'm so glad I was able to see it. Made me feel really, really good on the inside. So, as we have Twilight waking up the next morning, we find out that there is something very wrong. Of course, after we get a little scene of Celestia walking away from Twilight's room and getting attacked by a vine. And no one heard her screaming. No one could hear the screaming. So Twilight wakes up the next morning, looks outside the window, and we find that the sun and the moon are both the same height in the sky. And they're both got the sky, I mean, it's like a light blue sky and then a dark purple sky, and it's just like, why? That's not right. The sun and the moon shouldn't look like this. The sky shouldn't be 2 different colors at once. And it's all across Equestria that we have the sun and the moon in the same place at the same time, and no one knows why. So after Twilight and Spike decide that they should head to Ponyville because, well, oh wait, I skipped a part. We get Twilight going outside to figure out what's going on, and the royal guards summon her to the throne room and tell her that they have to take orders from her, which is honestly, I mean, you could see the nervous look on Twilight's face. She doesn't want to have to give out orders because she doesn't feel like royalty, and I'm just thinking, man, with Celestia and Luna are missing. Yes, Celestia and Luna are missing. I keep forgetting to touch on subjects. Oh, I forgot to touch on something else. I'll touch on that later. So Celestia and Luna are missing, and since Cadance is ruling over the Crystal Empire, Twilight is the only princess around who can give orders to the royal guards. And after they told her that the Everfree Forest is invading, and she gives them an order to try and find Celestia and Luna, her and Spike head to Ponyville via Twilight flying there. I mean, she's getting better. She honestly is. But it's still not good. So after we see that the Everfree Forest is indeed invading, there are black vines everywhere, spiky clouds, and magic dust that is making it really hard for Rarity to use magic. I mean, that tea went everywhere. It was horrible. So we get Twilight showing up at the library just in time to almost smack into the wall, but teleports into the library and has Spike smack into the wall. Good job, Twilight. And after the worst joke that I've ever seen from Spike, he used a seatbelt. Sitting on Twilight's back, he found a seatbelt and put it on. And that was there for the next 20 seconds, and I was very unhappy about it. I'm just like, no, Spike, take that seatbelt off. No, Twilight doesn't have a seatbelt. She is not a car. That doesn't work like that. So, we find out that, the remaining 5 find out that Princess Celestia and Princess Luna are missing, and after Twilight goes over the details of what's been going on, she thinks of a culprit. And who is this culprit, you might ask? But Discord! Yay! Discord's back! Hooray! He's in Season 4! Oh, yay! Everyone rejoice! Discord is here! We don't have to worry about not having a Discord in Season 4 because here he is! Yay! I was like, yay! Discord! Okay, now I remembered this I need to tell you, but if you weren't paying attention, because the first time I watched this episode, I was so fan-pandering over Discord being there, I didn't notice this, but when he shows up, he's singing Winter Wrap-Up in the shower. He was singing Winter Wrap-Up in the shower, and you hear him, he's like, Winter Wrap-Up, and I'm just like, ah! Oh, I just realized, don't let that be the Discord song, that he's just mumbling Winter Wrap-Up in the shower. That would be horrible. We need Discord to actually sing a song. Like an entire song. Don't let that be the Discord song, Hasbro. Don't, please. Okay, so after Discord says that he didn't do it and convinces the main six to not turn him back into stone because it's not his fault, Zecora shows up. Yay, Zecora in the first episode. That's also awesome. Who has the ultimate plot hole potion. Hooray. Now, I wanted to touch on this as well, but was anyone really paying attention to when Twilight used alicorn magic on that potion to turn it white? Because honestly, if you had been paying attention, you would have noticed that alicorn magic looked just like King Sombra's dark magic. And I'm thinking, I have seen obviously alicorn magic would, actually no. So, I guess Princess Celestia and Princess Luna never actually use alicorn magic. Because if them raising the sun and the moon could have been done by unicorns, as stated in Hearthwarming Eve, then that's just unicorn magic when they raise the sun and the moon together. When they raise the sun and the moon, respectively. So, when do they use alicorn magic? And what is alicorn magic to unicorn magic? How are they different? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it's something I would love to see someone dwell on. That would be great. So, the first thing that we see when Twilight takes the potion is the ultimate thing ever. If any one of you people saw the cinematic from Comic-Con, then you know what I'm talking about. She shows up in a mysterious place. She doesn't know where she is. And all of a sudden, Luna, she's confused about why they disappeared. When all of a sudden, Luna turns into Nightmare Moon, just like in the cinematic. And when I saw this for the first time, I'm just like, oh my god, Luna's Nightmare Moon! And that's the end of the first episode, is Luna turning into Nightmare Moon. It's honestly so great. It's a real honest-to-God cliffhanger, too. Everyone's just, unless they had seen the cinematic, well, even if they had seen the cinematic, they're probably all really, 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 really confused about what's going on. It's like, why is Luna Nightmare Moon again? So the next episode starts off with, Nightmare Moon's mouth. And we get Celestia coming into the room and talking as if Twilight's not there. So Celestia and Nightmare Moon start fighting, and we slowly seem to realize that this is not Luna turning into Nightmare Moon again. This is Luna turning into Nightmare Moon for the first time. Twilight's plot hole potion from Zecora turns out to be a potion that'll let Twilight see events of the past, which are awesome. Oh my god. So after we get, of course, we get to see Celestia defeat Luna with the elements of harmony the first time, which is awesome. So awesome. The next thing we get to see is Luna and Celestia defeating Discord for the first time. Awesome. So awesome. So awesome! When she, of course, uses the plot hole potion again. Oh my god, the best thing I have to say about this, though, is if you were paying attention, because, like me, whenever I always rewatch the episode before I do these videos so I can catch any little nitpick I can talk about. If you were really paying attention, you would have noticed that, of course, Celestia and Luna each had 3 different elements. Of course, the thing that bothered me, though, was which elements that Luna had. Of course, Celestia had the elements of kindness, generosity, and magic. Magic making sense. She was the older sister. It kind of makes sense that she would just be a little bit more magically advanced than Luna. But then, of course, that leaves Luna with loyalty, honesty, and laughter. I'm very confused by this. Is Luna funny? It would only make sense that Luna might be funny or something if she has laughter, unless it was completely random and I'm dwelling on this too much and they're just holding the elements. It doesn't matter what order. If Luna actually sort of represents the element of laughter, that's pretty interesting. Gosh, what kind of jokes does Luna tell? What does she do to make other people laugh? Does she have a Pinkie Pie side or something? Like some sort of dark, deep inner Pinkie Pie where she just bursts out into laughter for no reason? Speaking of Pinkie Pie, I want to dwell that this episode makes her seem a little bit weird. She's reverting back to herself pre-Party of One, where she's just all concerned about only parties and one randomly singing in song for no reason until Winter Wrap-Up happened. I mean, did you see the look on her face when they mentioned frosting during the first episode? That was really, really creepy. Honestly, extremely creepy. Okay, so after we get to see that, no, Discord doesn't get turned to stone while singing a song. He's laughing because he thinks it's so hilarious. We don't get to see Discord singing a song before he gets turned into stone. He's just laughing, and that's why he happens to be posed that way. No! Oh, I feel bad for I Love Kim Possible a lot, because she must be so disappointed. She's like, no! No! Discord song! Of course, I mean, there's Discord in the episode for her, so that's good. Well, the last thing we see of the, I'm trying to use this phrase, right? I've been learning it. I've been trying to learn phrases. I'm going to say the Deus Ex Machina potion. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So after Twilight uses the Deus Ex Machina potion one more time, we get to see that Celestia and Luna finding the elements of harmony. Well, I guess they already found it, but taking them out of what apparently is the tree of harmony, where the elements of harmony come from, and taking them out because they need to defeat Discord soon. Really, 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 really soon. So, we learn that Twilight believes the Tree of Harmony might be dying because of the fact that it doesn't have any more magic after 1,000 years of not holding the elements. So they all decide to go into the Everfree Forest because that's where everything is. The Everfree Forest, the most dangerous place in Equestria, where everyone goes all the time for absolutely no reason. It makes total sense, doesn't it? So while going into the Everfree Forest, we have, well, kind of an interesting scene. The next scene is supposed to be the entire crux of the episode, but it's played out very, very quickly, and could have had a lot more development if it was supposed to be the entire friendship lesson that we're supposed to get. I mean, when we don't really have friendship lessons anymore because Twilight's learned all about friendship, but I mean, this is the closest we're gonna get, and I mean, it just plays out so quickly. We get a crocodile, which is actually a pretty cool mythical beast. I'm just like, oh yeah, here comes another mythical Everfree beast. We get so many of those. So, after the crocodile comes and attacks Twilight, after the main six put the thing, tying it up to some trees and stuff, the remaining five, mostly Applejack, think that it might be a good idea if Twilight were to go back to Ponyville. Because her being a princess now, they have to take into account that it's not just them that's going to be sad if she goes. It'll be all of Equestria, especially considering Celestia and Luna are missing. Equestria really needs a princess right now, and with Cadance being in the Crystal Empire and Celestia and Luna being conveniently gone, I mean, someone needs to rule over Equestria, and the only princess who's available is Twilight. So they tell her that maybe her being a princess right now means that she can't help them with their journey, and that she should go back to Ponyville so that she can keep the rest of Equestria safe, while the remaining five just look for the Tree of Harmony without her. This, of course, leads to Twilight crying, which is sad. Twilight crying is sad. And her going back to Ponyville. So we get the most unlikely part of the scene, though, is that Discord is the one who tells Twilight that she should go back into the Everfree Forest to find her friends. I mean, who would have thought that Discord would be good for counseling things? He was basically telling Twilight, it doesn't matter if you're a princess. Your friends still need you right now. Even if Equestria needs you right now, your friends need you more. Because without you, they will be completely hopeless. You're the leader for their group. If you're not there, it's going to be a lot harder for them to be able to save the day. So you need to go back into the forest and help them out with their quest. Go Discord, giving sound advice to Twilight. And of course Twilight completely listens and goes back. And then is immediately attacked by plants. Again. Dear God, and these plants apparently give off some sort of gas that make Twilight practically die. She's almost dying. She's almost dead by the end of this scene. And of course, we go to the remaining five who have found the Tree of Harmony and are talking about how maybe it was a bad idea to send Twilight off because they need her, because they don't know what to do now. Ha! That's what you get. So Spike finds the Remain 5, tells him that Twilight's in trouble. They go and save Twilight from the evil plants, and Twilight and her friends all kind of forgive each other for saying things, and they go back to the tree to try and fix everything. So Twilight realizes they need to give the tree back the elements of harmony. Dear God, this is important. I mean, Equestria's main resources of defense are the elements of harmony. In Equestria, girls, Celestia even said that Equestria probably wouldn't be able to defend itself without the elements of harmony. So now they have to give them back? What are they supposed to do if someone attacks again? What if Chrysalis comes back? I mean, Celestia was, well, I guess they could be defeated by the power of love. I mean, the elements of harmony were really used when Chrysalis attacked, and all the other villains that used them, that had the elements of harmony used against them, don't really need to be. But what if a new villain comes, a new big bad? I mean, come on. It's gonna, considering how often Equestria gets attacked, I'm gonna say that it would happen. It would happen. They get attacked by like 5 major villains in the span of 1 year. They're gonna get attacked again, and you just know it. A lot of bad things happen in Equestria. So after giving up the elements of harmony back to the tree, it revitalizes itself. All of the vines and clouds and everything from the Everfree go away from Ponyville. And we find that Celestia and Luna have been conveniently hidden underneath a mound of vines next to the Tree of Harmony this entire time. Hooray! For conveniency. So, as we see Twilight hugging and Luna and Celestia, which is cute because she likes Luna too. We get the spark in Twilight's eye, that spark of friendship. And I'm guessing the spark triggers something in the Tree of Harmony, because you know what happens next? Everything on it lights up, and it's all rainbowy, and a flower blooms, and a box is inside the flower with 6 keyholes. God, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be so good. When I saw that, I'm just like, oh my god. This entire season is going to have an important plot element! Yay! So, of course, everyone's thinking, those 6 keys, 1 for each of the main 6. Each of the main 6 must find the keys. And let's hope that they don't all find them all at once at the end of the season, because that would suck. I'm hoping that Hasbro is smart enough to let the writers do this, having 1 key found every once in a while, sprinkled in throughout this season. And then the last key, of course, Twilight's key, seeing as she's still the central character, being found in the season finale. That is great. That is good. That is perfect. They need to do this. They need to have those little sprinkles of adventure. And since there's 1 key for every of the main 6, we're most likely going to have 1 central episode for each of the main 6 coming up in the season where they find the key. And who knows what the keys represent, too? Who knows? Maybe they represent something besides their element of harmony. Because if it does, if each of the keys happen to represent their element of harmony, that's going to be really, really stupid. Because their elements are pretty much explored, except for, like, rarities. So, I mean, come on. It's got to be something else. Maybe the keys will have something else to do. Okay. So, after we get to Celestia and Luna having the Summer Sun celebration and Twilight doing a sonic star boom with her magic. Yay. I mean, she can't fly fast enough to be able to do that yet, can she? I mean, I know she pretty much did that star thing with her magic, though, but come on. No. She gotta stop learning how to fly so quickly. So, I mean, after we see that, yay! We get Twilight. Well, actually, that's the end of the episode. Of course, Twilight's wearing a new crown now. She gave up her elements of harmony. And Discord resolves that he won't do anything too mischievous, even though the elements of harmony are gone now, and he doesn't have any way of, well, getting turned into stone again. Which is great. If he wanted to, he could just run rampant, and then he'd have to go get the elements again. Although I don't know how that would work out in the end. I mean, it'd be like, you put them there in the first place. What's the point of taking them out? But I mean, it's still great. It's still so great. Such great. Out of all the season premieres, I'm gonna say that this is, like, it's at a tie for first. It's honestly at a tie for first with the season 2 premiere, The Return of Harmony. It's a tie for first, which is pretty impressive considering the other season openers. This is impressive. They did a great job. They did so many callbacks to season 1 episode, talking about like the Summer Sun celebration and Celestia's relationship with Luna. Everything that people wanted to see was really in this episode. We got to see a little bit of equestrian history with Celestia and Luna. We got to see Zecora, which was great. We got Discord, which was even better. I mean, we got a little bit of Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle, although Apple Bloom didn't say anything, and Sweetie Belle was only there for a little bit. So, I mean, we aren't lost on these characters. They're still coming back. They're still being these characters. I mean, I know that so many people were so angry and thought that the series was over because of the fact that Twilight was a princess, that she'd become a Mary Sue. That's seriously not the case, though. Twilight still has all those terrible quirks, like overreacting too quickly. And now she has to struggle with the duties of being a princess. But she's not a Mary Sue. She's not a perfect character. She doesn't have everything right. She can still get things wrong, even if she is a princess now. So, I mean, I don't know why people were fussing so much. Actually, when she became a princess for me, I was personally excited to see how they were going to take this and put this into the season 4, hoping that they didn't immediately take away Twilight's wings within the first 2 minutes of the episode. I mean, they really took the elements of Twilight being a princess and they gave it a whole new meaning. And they gave Twilight a whole new meaning. And they gave the main six's friendship a whole new meaning. Applejack stated that the elements of harmony were what connected them. And during the end of the episode, she said that if they were gone, they would have no connection with each other anymore. But then Twilight reassured her that that's not the case. They're still going to be connected to each other, even if they don't all have the elements. They're still friends, and there's nothing wrong with not having the elements anymore if they can still keep that bond of friendship that they have. So, I mean, go this episode. These 2 episodes are great. And I'm so excited to see the rest of season 4. But first, before I end this video, I gotta talk about all the cute little nitpicks that I didn't say about earlier. Okay, 1. The theme song! The theme song! They changed this theme song a bit. I mean, after we see Fluttershy, well, actually, I mean, they actually start changing things a little bit earlier than that. The first thing I noticed that was a little bit different was if you look really, really closely at the train when it's passing by, the little top window of the first car has Derpy in it! And I paused that, and I'm just like, oh my god, look, Derpy's in the train! Yay! The people that are making the show are acknowledging our love for Derpy and putting her in the theme song, The Train. Hooray! So, I mean, the next thing before everything just completely changes that you gotta notice is that if you look really closely at Fluttershy's cottage, when you see Fluttershy giving that apple to Angel, Discord's inside of Fluttershy's cottage, and that is adorable. Go Discord, hooray. But then after we see Fluttershy, it drastically changes, because Twilight's now an alicorn, and not only do we have the remain 5 there, we also have Mr. and Mrs. Cake, the mayor, for some reason, which is the stupidest thing. Why is the mayor there? We got Granny Smith and Big Macintosh, the CMC, Snips and Snails for some reason. Why is the mayor and Snips and Snails so important all of a sudden? And Zecora's there too, which is great. And Spike's there, and they're all there. And they send that picture of all of those characters to Celestia. And Luna's in the throne room with Celestia when she gets the new picture. And yay! 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 Hooray! Okay, I think that's all that might be all the nitpicking I actually had to do. Like, is there anything else that I need to talk about for nitpicks? Nothing that I can think of. Honestly, nothing. I can't really think of anything. But this episode is just too great. It's so great. Okay, that's all I have to say about it. I might be taking a hiatus next weekend because of Thanksgiving. I will be thinking about that all week, though, if I do decide to take a hiatus. I mean, because I had given myself the set timeline of making all these videos until the Season 4 premiere. Season 4 premiered. What do I do now? I'm not going to just review the episode that comes out next week. I mean, sure, it'll be good, but it's not going to be, like, a major thing. So either next week I'm going to start reviewing other episodes that are important. Who knows, maybe I'll talk about the CMC and all their episodes compiled in one video, because I told you I was going to do every episode, but I wasn't going to be doing every single episode. Like, individually. That would be way too hard. But who knows, maybe I'll probably do, like, maybe next week I'll do all the compiled CMC episodes that focus mainly on the CMC and not specific CMC characters. And then the week after, or maybe the 3 weeks after that, I'll do one episode specifically for each of the CMC characters. Or I could start doing main 6 analysis episodes or something like that. I'll think about it this week. So, I'm gonna, even though I've already watched Princess Twilight Sparkle today, I am going to go watch CobaltSky do his review of the Season 4 premiere, because I love CobaltSky and blind commentary. After seeing this, I'm just like, yay, yay! Oh, I can't wait for CobaltSky and Soundspeed to put out their blind commentaries, and CobaltSky put his out today or yesterday. So, hooray! I'm gonna go watch that. See you maybe next week, possibly the week after. This is Phantom Rose 15, signing off.